Raider Nation, it's your boy Graphic Raider, man. The views expressed here on Graphk Podcast. I'm back with another quick video coming off that big win on the road against the Carolina Panthers. I don't care how we got here. We got here. We on the way back home with a dub. I'll take it. But there's a few things that we have to clean up in order to beat the New Orleans Saints in Week 2 at home in Las Vegas. So let's get to it. Number one is clear as day, man. The D-line needs to step up. If we can keep Breeze under duress, we can win the game. Yesterday, man, he only went 18 for 30 for 160 yards and 2 TDs. I feel like he's showing his age. You know, in Tampa, they were disruptive in that backfield yesterday. If we can do the same thing, because what we did yesterday is not going to work, man. It's not going to work. When you play against the Carolina Panthers offensive line that's that terrible, and you leave with 1 sack, and don't get me wrong, Mad Max was held on numerous plays, blatantly, and we got no calls. But hey, you know, we only got a few penalties on our side, so I'll take it. It is what it is. I'm not going to do the tit for tat thing, but we got to step it up on the D-line, man. We need a few sacks. We need Clee to step it up. We need Mad Max to step it up. We need Malik Collins to beat that inside down. We need to keep Breeze under duress. That's one of the major keys, is to keep him under duress, because he's not Teddy Bridgewater. He's not great with his legs. He stays in that pocket. If we can get him just distraught, that's a W right there, man. I'm telling y'all now. Especially with our run attack. Well, not on offensively, but Malik Collins and Hankins, they did a really good job yesterday, man. You know, protecting against the run. CMC did not have a great game by any stretch of imagination for him. You know, I mean, hey, 2 TDs. Statistically, you look at it on paper, you're like, oh, he did a good job. CMC did not have a great job yesterday. We really schemed against him well. We got to do it again against Kamara. We're playing another just dude that can do it in the passing game and rushing game. So we have to control against the run. And the good thing about that is Kamara and Murray yesterday only combined for 64 yards rushing. So they started off slow, you know what I'm saying? But the rust is slowly coming off. This is week 2. New Orleans is going to be a better team than what they were last night. Let's just be honest. So we have to show up. But offensively, they did not scare me at all from what I seen on tape yesterday. They did come up. They got a big win against, you know, Brady's Buccaneers. It's a divisional game, so those are always pivotal. You know what I mean? You have to get those wins. But I'm not afraid of their offense, man. I think Breeze is showing his age now, man. He's showing his age. But yeah, you know, Hill also had 13 yards rushing. Tampa kind of controlled him as well. He didn't do any damage. Michael Thomas, 3 receptions for 17 yards, no TDs. One of the best wide receivers in the league. Top 3, if you ask me. 3 receptions for 17 yards. Tampa Bay's secondary is not great at all by any stretch of imagination. Our secondary is better. So Mullen, you know, and Arnett has to step up. You know, Arnett made one major blunder yesterday, gave up a big play. We can't afford to do that. And Harris, you got to get better back there at safety, man. You should have cleaned that up with that tackle. We're playing against some really good receivers, and they're going to want to have big games coming off these lowly statistical games. You know what I'm saying? Michael Thomas is used to having 100 plus with multiple TDs. So they're going to want to eat. We got to control, you know, the secondary has to clean it up. Just with, minor adjustments, man, you know, not giving up the big play. Yesterday, our secondary actually played pretty well, especially Jonathan Abrams. And we're going to talk about him in another video today. But Emmanuel Sanders only had 3 for 15. You know, look, it's a trend right now, y'all. Y'all going to start seeing, like, these guys didn't do anything. Like, they really didn't offensively. Cook, former Raider, had 5 for 80. That's where we come. This is one of these keys to get a victory. Littleton has to control Cook. Cook is like Bree's safety blanket at this point in his career. You know, older quarterbacks tend to have, you know, that tight end that they can get to, you know. Brady always had Gronk. You know what I'm saying? When they get a little up in age, you have to have that tight end so you can get the ball to. We have to control Jared Cook. We can't give up the big yards with him. We have to keep him under 100, keep him under wraps. I think Littleton is the perfect man for the job. So Corey, please, we know what Cook can do as Raider fans. You got to keep him You got to keep him under control. Yeah, man. 3 sacks the Saints had yesterday defensively against Tampa Bay offensive line that's nowhere near ours. This is why I said we have to win in the trenches. If they can only get 3 sacks, and mind you, New Orleans' defensive line is great. But like I said, only 3 sacks on that average at best Tampa Bay offensive line. Our offensive line showed their ass yesterday, man. To lose like both of our key men, like right tackles yesterday, showed that our offensive line is mean, man. Is mean. So I think we're going to continue that trend as well. Incognito was a beast yesterday. Gabe showed up. Huddy is always that guy. Denzel Good came in and played some good minutes for us. I love it, man. Colton Miller looked great. I just hope that Sam Young, and Trent Brown can get healthy. The way Trent's looking, man, it looks like he's going to be off and on for us all season. He's dealt with nagging injuries since he's been with us, man. So I hope Sam Young, can come back and play a major, major role for our offensive line, because we're going to need it. Their defensive line is way better than Carolina's. But, to not give up 1 sack yesterday, I feel like we can continue that trend on Monday night when we face the Saints at home. Run the ball, manage the clock. Give the ball to Jacobs. Feed our workhorse. 3 TDs yesterday. Almost had 100 yards rushing. He looked like a beast in the passing game. He's well on his way to getting 60 receptions, which he said he wanted, at the beginning of the season. Keep feeding him the ball. Manage the clock and take those big shots when needed. When DC has a chance, you got to throw that ball to Ruggs, man. We have to get Bryan Edwards involved. We have to get him more involved. He had, I believe, 42 snaps yesterday. I believe I could be off a little bit, but he had the most snaps out of any wide receiver, and he only had 1 reception for 9 yards. Blocked very well yesterday. Blocked very well. But we got to get him involved, man. We have to get him involved. They have some good corners over there, Jenkins, and then I don't even want to bring up the man. On the other end, they have a beast, a Pro Bowler. And we're not going to mention his name because I want him to get dog walked. I hope that Ruggs can just blows the top off on their corners, man. But got to manage the clock. You don't want to give the ball to Breeze, and have it be a shootout. I remember that game in 2016. It was a shootout like crazy. I was there personally live. I don't want to play that game. I believe our defense now is better than what it was back then. So I'm a little more, okay, if we do get in the shootout, I believe in our defense a lot more now than what I did in 2016. I think that was that was a garbage fire, man. That was a dumpster fire for real of a defense. But yeah, run the ball, manage the clock, keep feeding Jacobs. Keep feeding Jacobs. And like I said, throw the long ball when necessary. I think that Chucky had a great game plan yesterday, and it worked. But you have to make adjustments, man. And it comes down to this. You see my Chucky shirt. Sean Payton versus Chucky. Both masterminds at what they do. Both Super Bowl winning coaches. Sean Payton is an offensive genius. Our defense has to be aware of what's going on at all times, because he will call some plays sometimes that just shock the hell out of me, and they work 99% of the time. So Chucky, adjust. If something ain't working, adjust. Because Sean Payton is literally one of the greatest minds in the NFL offensively, so we have to keep an eye on that offense at all times. I have total faith that Chucky and Gunther and Marinelli and everybody can get on the same page. But we have to make adjustments. We have to make adjustments. Coming out of the half yesterday, I was a little nervous by some of the play callings, a few 3-and-outs. We just got to continue to run the ball down their throats, and you got to take them shots when they're available to you. So Chucky versus Sean Payton, that's going to be a matchup that I'm going to be watching every single play of the day. And, one more time, you got to win in the trenches. Our offensive line has to do what we did yesterday against Carolina, and our D-line has to step it up against a better New Orleans Saints offensive line. So y'all give me a few suggestions in the comment box. Give me a few, keys to victory for us. Let me know y'all predictions. I'm going to do my prediction later on in the week, but I do believe that we can beat New Orleans. Watching them on film yesterday, playing against Tampa Bay, I really do believe that if we control Breeze like Tampa Bay did yesterday, let's be honest, Tampa made some major mistakes. Tom Brady looked terrible. 2 INTs. You can't do that type of thing against a defense like New Orleans. I believe Brady has 3 pick sixes in a row, 3 games in a row. You can't give up the big play like that because New Orleans has the defense in play where they can do that. So, Carr has to manage the game. Jacobs, find Edwards and Ruggs and Waller when need be, but we need to run the ball. I love how Booker looked as well. Look, I'm very excited about Booker and Jacobs together, man. That's a duo that I love. He looked great yesterday in the passing game and rushing. Jalen really didn't get too much play because Booker looked that great. So we have to run the ball, and we got to win in the trenches with our offensive line and our D-line. But great game yesterday. We got the W. That's all that matters. We've been waiting all year long for football to be back. It is finally back, y'all. I'm so excited, man, to just do these videos and talk with y'all on the daily. It's your boy, Graphk Raider. The views expressed here are Graphk Podcast. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button for your boy. And share this if possible, man. You know what I mean? We family. Y'all need something from me? I got y'all. I feel the same way, vice versa. You know what I'm talking about? But it's your boy, Graphk Raider. I love y'all, nation. I'm going to see y'all in a minute. 1.